You probably noticed how some dads seem to keep their teenagers' respect and ear, while others watch their influence slip right away when it matters most. The truth is, many good men lose that connection because they didn't build the right foundation with their kids when they were young. Without those early bonds, teens start tuning you out, seeking advice from friends, or worse, it leads to constant conflict and frustration. In this video, I'll reveal the 3 common mistakes fathers make before their kids hit puberty that destroy your influence later, and exactly how to avoid them. Let's start with the first mistake that turns you from a guide to an outsider. Now here's where a lot of dads go wrong from the start. You demand obedience without building any real connection, and it backfires big time by the teen years. Why does this fail so badly? Early on, when kids are little, treating them like little soldiers who just follow orders builds up resentment over time. They start seeing you as an enemy or a bully, not as an ally. And by the time the hormones kick in, that trust is gone. They push back hard because they've never felt heard or understood. The stakes are high. Without trust, your guidance during a tough teen decision just bounces off. I've seen it in my own life, and I've seen it with men I coach. You end up yelling more, connecting less, and losing the chance to shape their path. This mistake looks like barking commands without explanation, like clean your room now, no questions, and shutting down their whys or feelings. You're treating young kids like subordinates instead of partners in their own growth, ignoring their little perspectives that could actually teach you something. It's easy to do when you're tired from work or just want peace, but it sets a pattern where they learn to hide their thoughts to avoid conflict. Studies back this up. Research shows authoritative parenting, which is firm but responsive to kids' needs, leads to better outcome in teen years than that authoritarian style of do as I say or else. Kids raised that way are more likely to make smart choices and come to you for advice, not rebel against everything. It's not about being soft, it's about balancing structure with empathy so that they know that the rules have reasons tied to their well-being. To fix this, model guidance by explaining the whys behind your rules during calm moments. Say something like, we pick up toys so no one gets hurt, and it helps us all feel good about our space. What do you think? Invite their input. It shows respect and gets them buying in. Start small with choices they can handle, like picking dinner sides, to build that habit of collaboration. A practical habit to build this is daily check-ins. Set aside 5 minutes before bed or after school when you listen fully, no interruptions. Ask open questions like, what was the best part of your day? And really hear them out, even if it's about cartoons or playground drama. This shows they're valued even in disagreements, and that plants the seeds that talking to you is safe. Over time, it'll carry into teen years when bigger issues arrive. Now, one common pitfall here is dismissing their feelings outright, saying you're too sensitive or toughen up. Instead, acknowledge first. I see you're upset about that. Let's talk it through. This builds emotional safety so they don't clam up later. Fixing this mistake sets the stage for real influence, but the next one undermines your presence entirely if you let it. Once you've got the listening down, you might think that that's enough, but the next mistake hits even harder on reliability. Why does only appearing for the highlights destroy your influence? Inconsistent involvement early on signals to kids that you're not a steady force in their daily lives. They internalize that you're not reliable for the small stuff, so by the teen years, they turn to peers or online voices for guidance instead of you. It leads to isolation. You're left with wondering why they don't open up while they've been building walls because you weren't there consistently. The impact? More risky behavior and less family unity when they need your wisdom the most. The core issue is prioritizing work, hobbies, or even quality time events like birthdays over everyday rituals that forge trust. You miss out on those quick moments like driving to practice or helping with homework that adds up to feeling secure. It's understandable. Life pulls you in a million directions as a man building a future for your family. But skipping the routine means they don't see you as part of their world, just an occasional visitor. Evidence from research supports this. Consistent small interactions in childhood strongly predict better parent-teen communication and lower rates of rebellion later. Those daily touches create a bank of positive experiences they draw on when testing boundaries as teens. It's not magic, it's the compound effect of showing up regularly. Now, to correct it, commit to simple shared activities that fit your schedule, like family meals a few times a week or a short walk after dinner. These don't require grand plans, just your presence in their routine to demonstrate steady support. Make it a non-negotiable, like blocking time in your calendar so it becomes a habit. Implementing the habit means giving undivided attention during those talks, even on boring topics like a kid's favorite toy or school lunch. Nod, ask follow-ups, and respond thoughtfully. It affirms their world is important to you. This builds the muscle of connection that pays off when they're older and facing real pressures. The key error to avoid is multitasking, checking your phone or half listening while they talk. It sends the message their stuff isn't worth full focus, eroding trust fast. Instead, put everything down. That full attention reinforces that you're all in. Presence alone isn't enough, though. The third mistake sabotages the emotional depth you need for lasting bonds. That emotional depth I mentioned, it gets wrecked by this third mistake, where dads shy away from their kids' tough feelings early on. The stakes here are huge. When you suppress or dodge young children's anger or sadness, you teach them to bottle it up. By teen years, they won't come to you for vulnerabilities because they've learned that it's not safe to show you the real stuff. They'll handle crises alone or with outsiders, leaving you on the sidelines during times they need your steady guidance the most. It's a quiet killer of influence. You end up as the dad they avoid, not the one they trust with their storms. This trap shows up as rushing to fix problems or changing the subject when they're upset. Like saying, "Don't cry when it's a big deal," or distracting with toys instead of sitting in the mood. You're avoiding the discomfort of negative emotions, treating them as something to be eliminated rather than as normal parts of growing up. As a man, it's normal to want to solve things quickly, especially after a long day, but it signals that their feelings aren't okay, so they hide them deeper over time. Findings from emotional development research confirms this. Kids who get emotion coaching in the early years, where parents help label and process feelings, grow into resilient teens who actually confide in their parents during high-stress moments. It's about building that inner strength through validation, not avoidance, leading to better mental health and stronger family ties. The better approach is to act as a calm guide. When they're angry or sad, name the emotion to help them understand it. You seem really frustrated about losing that game. It's okay to feel that way. You can even share a brief story from your own life, like "I felt the same when I was your age and struck out," to normalize it without stealing the spotlight. This shows emotions are human and manageable, especially for a dad modeling positive masculinity. A key habit is listening without judgment in those tough moments. Sit with them, let them vent, ask the gentle questions like, "What made you feel that?" to help them process it. No rushing to solutions, just being there so they learn you're a safe space. This way, when teens' pressures hit, they'll return to you instead of pulling away. Watch out for shaming their emotions, like "big boys don't cry." Firm boundaries are fine for behavior, but pair them with empathy. "I get that you're mad, but we don't hit. Let's find another way." Avoiding these builds the lasting influence you want. Now let's tie it all together. Early relationship with your kids are the foundation that determines your influence for when they're teens. Avoid these mistakes to stay their trusted guide through the chaos. Start today by committing to full attention listening in one daily moment, showing them that they're the priority no matter what. You'll see the trust build right away. Try one fix this week, like calm emotional check-ins, and share your results in the comments below. Click like if you found this useful and subscribe for more practical advice on positive masculinity, emotional mastery, and becoming the man your family needs.